Hi guys, and this is Crowded Tea, and I am here telling you a little bit more about Earth SMP. So, today I think I want to tell you guys about scams because nobody wants to get scammed, and unfortunately, we do fall for them sometime here on Mineville. So, as a player, you need to be diligent and smart in your decisions so that you don't get scammed. I wanted to cover some of the more common ones so that all the money that you earn, you spend on what you want to spend it on as opposed to getting scammed out of it. I have struggled for a very long time as to whether or not I should make this video, but then I realized here's the cool thing. Okay, if I inform somebody who wants to scam, I could take a look at the Mineville Discord and it's going to tell you that scamming is against the rules and scamming will get you a ban. Scam the wrong person and you can get yourself banned. Okay, so I'm going to highly advise against that. All right. Now, for those of you that might find yourself into a position where you're going to get scammed, we're going to pop on over to the Discord. We're going to take a quick look at the rules. And then I'm going to tell you about some of the more common scams that are on the server to keep you safe and so that you know to avoid them. Okay, so if we take a look at the Mineville's rules on the Discord, it says scamming. What constitutes scamming? Any trade that was not fulfilled as promised. Clear evidence is required of the trade, and it is a permanent ban. As a caveat, though, I should tell you guys that staff does not reimburse you for scamming. So let's say I conned you out of, I don't know, $5 million, okay, and you decide to report the player to staff. Staff will ban that player provided that you have proof. They don't just go on your word. You got to have some screenshots, you got to have some video, you got to have some conversation so that they can prove that this happened. But they will not get you your money back, unfortunately. So, all the more reason why to use your brain and avoid it. Okay, the other scam is auction house and trade scamming, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to show you how that works and how to avoid that. So, auction house and trade scamming. Any attempt to scam through auction house or / trade. This includes selling an item that is renamed to something else, such as a piece of paper named Demigod Rank. Okay, you get a 7-day ban initially, 30-day ban, and then a permanent ban. And again, if you are a victim of being scammed, you do not get reimbursed, unfortunately. So let's get into the kinds of scams that you guys can avoid. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys find this helpful. Now, something that we do have on Earth this season that we did not have last season is shelves. And as you can see, my guys, they absolutely love decorating with shelves and trimming things. And they are really cool. You could put things in, you could take things out. Okay, so let me show you a little secret with shelves that a lot of people do not know. If you put your shelf down, you put your little lever on it and you turn it on. See what happened to the shelves? Let me get another one over here so I can show you. See how we're all divided? This one's not divided, right? Okay, so you click on the shelves. Luckily, staff is trying to prevent you from being scammed. Did you see that come up? Came up in my chat right there. Came up across my screen. Powered shelf. Interact with it again in 3 seconds in order to confirm. There we go. We had a little finagle. It's okay. I got it all fixed. Alrighty. So you see how this shelf right here is divided. And then this shelf over here does not have those little dividers. Watch. Let me flip that switch. You see the little lines right there? Yeah. And then we turn it on. You don't have those lines right there. That is because it is a powered shelf. Now watch what happens when I click on it. It says powered shelf interact again. Click within 3 seconds. So you have 3 seconds. You gotta. It's almost like a double click. Click, and you can swap out. Take a look at that right-hand side of my hotbar. You want to look at the right 3 slots. Okay, I am switching out items that are directly in my inventory. Okay, so when you're running around in your PvP and you see people setting these up in the PvP area, this is what they're doing. You're like, why are you bringing shelves and a lever to PvP? This is why. They are stealing items directly out of your inventory. Now, if you're PvPing and you're clicking pretty fast, be very, very wary when you see them with the shelves. Okay? Because I can very easily see somebody coming along going, I'm going to hit you, I'm going to hit you, bam, 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 bam. And then click with the shelf before you even know what's going on. They like to hang out around the shelves, you know, when you're trying to hit them in the middle of the fight, and you're going to accidentally hit that shelf. That is what they are counting on. So what I would do if I am PvPing, not that I PvP, but if I were, break the darn thing. Break it, or, I mean, if that's not an option, you know, go run over yonder here away from the shelf and smack them around over here. Make them come to you away from the shelf. Or, you know, break it. Whatever works for that scenario. But either way, don't let yourself be put into a position where you accidentally click it. The other one, very similar to the shelves, has to do with these big, huge pots. Okay? With the big pots, you could put things inside. There you go. The only way to get it back is to break it. There's the items that's in the big pot. They are scamming you with those. And what they are doing is, you know, you guys are in the build area at PvP. They're messing around. They're putting a note block down. Come over here. Hit my note block. Well, it's a note block. Of course you want to hit it. It's just something people have to do, right? You got to come over here and you got to smack that note block. And then as you're busy hitting your note block, they drop the pot down and take items right out of your inventory. And you're so baffled as to what happened, they take the pot, they run away. Okay. So again, just like the shelves, be wary. That is a hard word for me. And again, break it, lure them away. Don't be hitting note blocks in PvP. We ain't playing music. We're supposed to be fighting over there anyway. Okay, so we are at spawn, and this is the way that this scam works. See how people are over here? They're gathered around the trading market. They're in the auction house. They're selling items. When you are at spawn, what happens is this guy doesn't know I'm back here. He's in his auction house menu. I fill up his inventory, and then if he decides he wants to claim his items out of auction house, he thought he had space. It falls on the floor, and I take whatever he's taking out of auction house. That goes for auction house. That also goes for when you are over here. That goes for your bundles, things you are claiming out of your daily bundle. I did mention this in my last video. Your luxury bundle. This is the big one. These are all the special weapons with the custom enchants. Okay, you're going to be up in here in this menu, you know, opening them up, and somebody's back behind you throwing stuff in your inventory so it falls on the floor. Eternal bundles. Cosmetic bundles will go into your wardrobe if you have space. So, other than cosmetics, the 4 bundles here, if your inventory is full, it will fall on the ground. I believe I don't. Okay, so here's my disclaimer. I don't purchase enough bundles to know. I believe I heard it will prompt you a message that says, your inventory is full, you cannot claim this item. I could be wrong. I don't know what features that happens for and which one's not. I know definitely it does not happen for auction house. So, how to avoid that? What I would do is I would come over here to your city. A lot less people at my city. Okay. If I have a high traffic city area, I would go into a room, where all your goodies are, kind of like, like your bedroom, your personal space in your city or whatever, and go in there and open it. That way nobody's around to throw stuff into your inventory. And if your inventory is full, worst case scenario, it falls on the ground. Hopefully you saw it before the completely vanilla Minecraft entity clear. Okay, the 5-minute clear there for, stuff sitting on the ground. Yeah. So hopefully you notice that you dropped something out of your inventory and it's sitting on the floor, but you're not at spawn. You're not risking somebody coming over and picking it up. You're going to be able to pick it up on your own. Okay, so for the next type of scam, and I haven't seen these in a while, but they do still come up. So I feel it is prudent to tell you guys. Here's a good example right here. What people do is they take an item that does not have a texture. This one has the typical I don't have a texture, pink and black texture squares. Okay. And they will rename it to something. As you saw when we went over the rules, remember when it said example of an auction house scam, naming a piece of paper that says demigod rank? That's what they would do. They would name this demigod rank. They would name it, oh, look, how about the dragon sword? Okay, this is a vault item. This is a $50 million item. They will take something like this for, I don't know, $50 million. They will name it Dragon Sword. And guess what? It's not a dragon sword. You're going to buy it thinking you're buying a dragon sword. Really, what you're buying is, as soon as I'm done with the fight here, it'd help if I had my sword. Okay. Watch, it disappeared. Oh, it's way over here. Okay. Really, what you're buying is a turtle egg. And the big, big giveaway is type. That's what you want to be looking at. Unless it is a vault item, you want to be looking at that type. I can't see you, but I know you're a turtle egg. Do we have any others that aren't showing textures? There's a few items in here. Now you do have to be a little bit careful. When you come over here and you look at a vault item, okay, this says netherite sword. I know that it's a vault item because it says it's a 2026 Phoenix dagger, because it has 2 custom enchants. It has the Ash Reaper and the Scorch Blade. That is very specific to the Phoenix dagger. Same thing with this. This is a Phoenix Trench pickaxe. I know that because it tells me in the lore. And these are retextured items to be the enchanted items, even though the type says netherite pickaxe. So those are the only, let's see, those would be an exception. Enchantment shards would be an exception. These are retextured echo shards, but I know that because of the lore, that this is a legit enchant shard, because it tells me what it does. It has that note. Items will have a chance to be destroyed. Okay, so I know that that's legit. Looking to see if we have any others in here that don't have textures. Oh, here we go. Copper Nautilus armor. So again, they would try to rename that. I thought there's a couple of them that just flat out don't show at all, and I'm not seeing them, but I wanted to show them to you. Maybe when they changed the textures, that changed it. Okay, so I'm not seeing any. But back to, I don't care what the picture looks like. Okay, you want to look at that type so that you know what you're getting. Again, exceptions being epic magic shards. It says it's a prismarine shard, but you're looking at the lore. Okay, whoops, wrong button. What I'm more concerned about is things that say, like, I'm an elytra. I am a demigod rank. By the way, ranks cannot be traded or sold on the auction house or in /trade. There is a /gift. So just to show you super quick, I don't do this, but there is a / gift option where players can buy and send you gifts. Make sure whoever's gifting is very reputable. That is a chance you trade. But they can gift you ranks, but you can't do it in auction house. You can't do it in trade. Okay, so one of the other features I want to tell you guys is about / trade. I'm not trading with nobody. None of my guys are on right now. So / trade is a really nice way to trade without being scammed. You put your stuff in a box, they put some stuff in a box, and then you guys have to like confirm in order to trade stuff. I'll have to go and do another video later. Oh my gosh, a darn ad. But again, it's another one of those places where you have your face in a menu and you're messing around adding stuff and he's doing stuff and you're more focused on the menu and somebody is coming up behind you and throwing stuff in your inventory. So what you're going to do is you're going to take stuff out of your inventory, put it into the trade menu, you know, and then the other guy decides he doesn't want it. He cancels the trade. And while you got your face in this menu, somebody is busy loading up your inventory. So when he cancels and that item that's in the menu tries to go back into your inventory, it can't. It drops. Okay. The best way to avoid that, I don't need to be anywhere near you in order to trade with you. Okay. I'm on Earth. You could be on the other side of the world. I can do / trade with you. I don't need to go to spawn. I don't need to go to your base. One of these days, I do need to light up this area so I stop getting attacked by zombies. Okay? You don't need to be face to face. And if they try to pull well, I want to see the item, guess what? They can see it in the trade menu. Okay? So don't fall for it. Be like, no, either you trade with me now, I'm in the safety of my base, you're I don't know where, you know, we're going to trade that way, or I'm not going to trade with you. Because if they're pushy like that, no, I want to see what you got. You got to show it to me. You got to bring it to spawn. We got to do it. You don't have to do it at spawn. Don't listen to them, okay? Definitely going to have to do another video on how / trade works. Okay, so I thought it would be worth my while to run down and do a quick little video about this because I cannot tell you how many times I see new players time and time again getting taken advantage of, not being diligent enough, not totally being familiar with the server or how things work. By the way, the shelf thing is a vanilla feature. The pot thing is a vanilla feature. You can do that in vanilla Minecraft. But people are using it to their advantage to scam other players. And that is, obviously you don't want to be scammed out of your vault item. Like you saw, I was swapping out items that were in my inventory. What if it was my vault item, my $1 million vault item that I saved up all my money for, or my elytra? So just be very diligent and be aware. And I'm just making this because, you know what, I care about you guys and I don't want you to get scammed. Hope you had a wonderful time in my video. I know you're looking for me to make something about how to make tons and tons and tons of money. Not sure what I'm going to do for that yet, but hope you're having fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.